Welcome to the crafting ant. Today we are taking some of our ant colonies out of hibernation. For those who not know what hibernation is, a quick explanation. When the temperature drops during winter, ants go into hibernation. Ants are cold-blooded creatures and can't create their own warmth. And when it gets too cold, they crawl together and slow down. Queens stop laying eggs, most brood stops growing, and the activities come to an halt. Want to know more about this? Watch our video about hibernation. During the hibernation, I checked a couple of times, but mostly they were left alone. I had them in the fridge during this period. First, I switched it off and let it get back to room temperature. A day later, I took them out to check on them. 2 days later, I moved them into the Viv. If you don't do this in steps, you can shock them, and this can have grave consequences. Let's start with Beasley, our Camponotus vagus. As you can see, they are still in a pile with minimal movement. I cleaned the feeding corridor a bit and gave them some food. 2 days later, I added an outworld to the setup to make the feeding a bit easier. And this is them 2 days later. What a beautiful colony. This is our Camponotus cruentatus. Her brood and workers look fine. She was already in a queen tube room. This made it easier to complete her setup. We added a double drinker and an outworld after 2 days. And now there is enough room to grow. Next up, our first Camponotus ligniperda. The queen and 2 workers are alive, and they have some brood. Sadly, this colony will be leaving our ant room. This is our second Camponotus ligniperda. I'm happy to see a queen with workers and brood ready to go, but they do need a change in nest. After 2 days, I connected her to a small gypsum setup. The switch went smooth. This is her after 2 days. She feels right at home in the new small teardrop gypsum. Now the colony that does not want to live in the crafting ant nest. Camponotus laterales. Is the queen alive? I can't tell you, but the workers are. They made that piece of spiderwood their own, and I'm not messing with it, because I love this setup. Enough with the Campos. Let's see how our Pharma fusa is doing. Our queen is running around like nothing happened. Workers are great, but sadly no brood. The setup was a bit dirty. That made me take the gamble and connect her to a small white tongue setup. And apparently she liked it. She moved within hours. This is her 2 days later. Time for the Messa barbarus, also known as messy barbarus. They are very much alive, but really need an upgrade. The members of the Discord decided on a small gypsum setup, and the colony agreed. They moved within a day. In the outworld, I used some new substrate and a seed feeder. They seem to enjoy the new habitat. What do you think of the new substrate? Let us know in the comments. Here are our 2 queen Lassus flavers colony. They are alive and kicking. They are in dire need of an expansion, because feeding them is a challenge. I would love to put them in this antimatter nano, but I'm not sure yet how to make it work. What do you think? Temnothorax nilandri, or only tubs and tubes. During the hibernation, we gave them a 3rd water tube. but they stayed in the second one. This colony will be leaving us soon, but first they need to strengthen a bit. Then our Lassus Niger, caught in the late summer. We started the hibernation with 4 colonies, but 2 were given away. The other 2 that are left are alive with eggs, but a lot of workers died. These ladies will also be leaving us soon. Thankfully, all our ants made it through the winter, and most are now ready to grow. Do you like our setups? Go to thecraftingant.com. Want more information or help? Join our Discord. And of course, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching, and see you next time at The Crafting Ant.